It's an important thing that you can identify a quadratic as being in what's called factored form or standard form or vertex form. These are three main ways of writing quadratics. And we're going to start off with the factored form right here. That's what I've identified with these characteristics on the right in red. There's usually no x squared and there's usually parentheses. So let's take a look at our list and see if we can identify them. Right here at the bottom, see this one? That has two parentheses, and each parentheses has in it some x's, but there's no x squareds anywhere. So that's a pretty good candidate for factored form. Now, sometimes you could technically have an x squared inside of parentheses, but it's really uncommon at the level of math that we're doing right now. So I'd say this is a pretty good clue. Next one, let's look at standard form. This one's a little easier to define. We always have the exponents in order, and we never have parentheses. So you can see the exponents start off high over here. I start off with a 2 as the exponent, and then the next one has no exponent, and then there's no x at all on that last one. There's not even an x at the end. That's a good example of standard form. So take a look over here on the left and see if you can find any that go in order. I think this one is obvious, right? It has x squared on the left, then x in the middle, then no x's on the right. And here's another one. We've got negative 3x squared minus x, and then minus 12. So that's a good one. But take a look here on the third entry. You might be tempted, the second entry. You might be tempted to say, is that factored form? But it's not, because the exponents are going in the wrong order. See, the exponents actually start off missing, and then you have a 1, and then you have a 2 right here. And that's going in the wrong order for exponents to be in factored form, in standard form. So that counts as none of the above. And the very last one, which is called vertex form, right here, that requires, it's kind of weird. This one requires one x and no x squared terms, okay? And when you see that x, it's going to be inside a parentheses, and that parentheses is squared. So that's what we're dealing with when we look at this equation right here. You see it has a single x inside a parentheses. The parentheses is squared, but the x itself is kind of just a lonely x. So that's a good example of vertex form.